Good morning. I'm Allison Davies, Communication Assistant with Regional Tourism Organization 7, and I'm joined this morning by Wendy Timpano, the General Manager of the Orillia Area Community Development Corporation, otherwise known as the Orillia CDC. Good morning, Wendy. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
No problem. I was hoping we could just start out by having you give us an overview of the services that the Orillia Area CDC offers. I know you help local businesses and startups in the Orillia area. I thought we could just go over what's available.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So we operate the Community Futures program in the Orillia area. So it includes Orillia and the surrounding townships as well as the First Nations community. We offer small business loans. We do small business coaching. We also have a business transition matching program. We do professional development workshops, as well as we have a youth wage subsidy program, and work on a lot of different things in the community around research. And just overall, we look to assist our small businesses and organizations, social enterprises in the community to further economic development. We support all different sizes, ages of businesses. Our coaching is free for businesses, so oftentimes the loans and the coaching come together for the businesses to support whether they're starting up or whether they've been in business for 50 years and they have 100 employees and they're expanding or that sort of thing. In terms of our professional development, we work very well with partners like RTO7 and other partners in the community to offer relevant material to businesses, things like social media, marketing, could be, in times like this, things like health and safety and reopening and how to get back to work safely. Youth wage subsidy program is another great program that we have on the go right now, where we help employers with sourcing employees and pay a wage subsidy for that if they can help do on-the-job training with youth, and youth is defined as up to 30 years old. So we have lots going on in the organization.
Great. And as you mentioned, it is a obviously more challenging time than normal. I wondered if we could just go over the COVID-19 related supports that you can help out with.
Yeah, so similar to many other Community Futures offices, we jumped on board right away in terms of helping to try to support our local businesses. We understood it was an incredibly difficult time. Nobody asked for this, something completely out of everybody's control. So right away, we offered business COVID-19 loan support for our existing loan clients, where we offer top-up loans at 0% interest and no payments for a full year. So that was one of the programs that we offered and continue to offer. We were also fortunate to be able to offer the Regional Relief and Recovery Fund that was funded through the federal government and FedDev Ontario. At this point in time, we've actually just run out of money in our local office for that program. Our hope is that perhaps we'll get some more funding for that in the future, but for now, the RRF is what we locally have been calling it, the Regional Relief and Recovery Fund. It is also still offered through FedDev Ontario for corporations, and it's also offered as well through some other Community Futures offices across Southern Ontario.
Okay, so there still are funds accessible other ways that you can, if someone still connects with you, you'll be able to sort of direct them where they might still be able to get help.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely invite anybody to connect with us if, just because we've locally run out of funds, we're still working with lots of businesses on how to address the challenges that they're facing right now due to COVID-19. And that Regional Relief and Recovery Fund, the Community Futures offices really have the opportunity to support those sole proprietors, those Main Street type businesses that seem to be falling through the cracks with a lot of the relief programs. So it's a really great opportunity, I think, for some of our businesses, especially in rural communities, to take advantage of some of that funding. And, there's some slight differences between applying through FedDev Ontario directly and the Community Futures offices, but Community Futures has a pretty strong network. So if anybody contacted our office, we would be happy to put them in touch with any of the resources that might be available for them.
Perfect.
I could also tell you a little bit. We've enhanced our web page in terms of providing COVID-19 support, links out to all the government programs and that sort of thing. So absolutely, we always just say, even if you're not sure exactly what question you want to ask us, please call us anyway, and we'll just have a quick conversation and figure out how we might be able to help you.
Yeah, I think that goes a long way sometimes. It's a big help.
Yeah.
Okay, and I also heard great things about the business transition matching program. Can you explain a bit about what that is?
Yeah, our actually, it's a really exciting time for that program right now because we're in the midst of expanding it across Simcoe County.
Oh, cool.
So we're working with 3 other CFDCs, and that program is really meant to connect and assist both buyers and sellers with transitioning in or out of business. So we identified a need a couple of years ago where businesses would come to us and say, I really want to sell my business. I'm looking to retire. I'd like to, offer it out, but I also don't want to share it publicly because, there's a lot of challenges that can come with that. Like sometimes they don't want employees to find out yet, or they don't want their suppliers to know because, they might change the terms. Clients might be looking for discounts if they think that they're, selling and selling inventory. So there's lots of challenges. So we often heard from businesses that they wanted some help finding a buyer, but they really didn't want to go too public. They were looking for a little bit of privacy at the same time. And similarly, on the flip side, we would also talk to buyers who would come in to us and say, how can you help? I'm looking for a business. I have these particular interests. Do you know of any that are for sale? Or do you, can you connect me with anybody? And so we just thought, here's an opportunity for us to really get involved in helping our clients and our local buyers and sellers with offering a program that provides some anonymity or a level of anonymity that they desire, and then allows us to connect them and potentially transition and keep those businesses open and people employed and that sort of thing in our community.
Yeah, that's great for the future of Orillia for sure.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We started with a pilot project with 2 Community Futures offices, and it was supported and luckily funded initially by the County of Simcoe, which was so helpful, and partnering as well with RTO 7 and the City of Orillia, Chippewa-Zarama First Nation, and we just were able to really refine some of what we were doing, and we have seen through the program over 2 years 23 successful business transitions that we've assisted. Yeah, it's been really fantastic. So now we have this opportunity to really expand it across the county, which I think will be really, really helpful for the communities.
Great, that's awesome. And I noticed too that there's a community loan fund. Could you explain how people can access that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our community loan fund, I touched a little bit on it in the beginning there of our conversation. We can lend up to $300,000. It's an ongoing loan fund. The CDC has actually been supporting this community for over 35 years. So it has been a loan fund that has existed since the beginning. It is, like I said, offered out to any business who, at any stage or age, no matter what they're doing, whether they're starting up or expanding. It does have a focus on, we'd like to see job creation through that fund. We can lend up to $300,000, and we work very well with our local lending institutions, banks, BDC, private investors as well. I mean, we're often working very closely with them on complementary lending solutions for our clients. And I think the key, or what we really like to promote, is the fact that we can be flexible with our clients. So We offer flexibility when it comes to things like security, but flexibility as well when it comes to the terms of the loan. So repayment, we work with a lot of businesses who are seasonal in nature. I mean, you know that from the tourism sector that seasonality can be pretty key, and cash flow changes throughout the year. And so what we can offer is the opportunity for, loans that get paid interest only payments for a portion of the year, and then regular payments throughout the other months. So we try to look at the client's total situation and find a solution that works for them.
Okay, great. All right, and if someone wants to get a hold of you at the Orillia CDC, what's the best way for them to get started?
So I would suggest, our website is a great resource. So it lists all the programs and services that we offer. It's www.orilliacdc.com.
Okay.
But I also highly recommend that people sign up for our e-newsletter, which you can also do on our website, because we shoot out information about not only our programs, but programs offered by all of our partners and other government programs and that sort of thing. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram and our social media channels. I think those are the best ways to reach us.
Okay, great. Yeah, you guys are very active on social media. There's a ton of information out there, so that's great.
I think it's a testament to what's going on for business supports in our community. I mean, there's so many partners in our community that help businesses. So.
Yeah, and it's fast moving at the moment. Very fast moving. Okay. Thanks so much for your time, and hopefully some people from the Orillia area will be reaching out to you for some help.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you having me on.
Okay, thank you.